fantastic skills,
It's Twellman! Taylor Twellman!
thrilling action,
Sharply Donovan scores! Landon Donovan!
and intense passion are the hallmarks of the world's most popular sport, soccer. And more, the global game is becoming the American
What a
game.
sweeping movement! Josie has come home!
With the success of Major League Soccer, a golden age of U.S. soccer has dawned across the country. In California, the native son has set the gold standard, bringing 3 championships to the Golden State. Deep in the heart of Texas, the dynamic play of a striker from Hawaii has led Houston to back-to-back titles. Back east, some of the game's biggest names have wowed the world with stunning strikes, magic moments, and championship celebrations. Yes, soccer has arrived in America.
Banks it! Into the net! Into the net!
With a vast pool of young American talent and international legends, USA has become a place to play the beautiful game.
Left foot, what a goal! Golazo by Cuauhtemoc Blanco!
In 1996, Major League Soccer kicked off its first season, bringing home American soccer pioneers. Not only gaining more than a foothold on the American sports landscape, it's launched U.S. soccer to new heights, both at home and around the world. The MLS success story is told in its new stadiums, new teams, new television contracts, and ever-growing fan base. But nothing showcases the league's success like its development of new American soccer stars. And no player exemplifies this achievement more than Landon Donovan.
Landon! Classy! Landon, yeah! 9th minute! The first goal of the new season for the new player in LA! 1-0 Galaxy!
He was one of those fresh new faces of soccer, you know, with a great skill level that he was able to come in here and basically pique the interest of a lot of people.
Landon Donovan came through the system, and everybody's going to take credit for producing Landon Donovan. I got news for you. There's one person who produced Landon Donovan. Landon Donovan. All the other names that have come out since Landon Donovan, there will be nobody close to that for a long time. That's nobody's fault. It's nobody's fault. Landon Donovan's just a damn good soccer player.
Donovan's career began at the age of 16 at a prestigious German Bundesliga, but Germany was not a good fit for the California kid. Fortunately, MLS was now a viable option. Loaned out to San Jose, Donovan led the Earthquakes to the 2001 MLS title in his very first season.
Well, Rooney turns it sharply. Donovan scores! Landon Donovan!
People knew his name, but they didn't know what he could do. And he came in and he lit it up. And there wasn't any pressure on him, and he was able to do that without the press, without the undue pressure that's put on him now. And I think he really enjoyed that part of it. And he added something that no other player, I think, to date has added in the league.
There is a very bright future for soccer in America, and Landon Donovan is the brightest light in a whirl of young stars.
Good looking ball! What a goal for the kid, Landon Donovan! Donovan can end it. The drive scores! Landon Donovan!
I know that I have the ability to make a difference. I'm aware of that. If I can turn that on and make that happen, then I'm going to make it happen. And I did that a few times.
Landon Donovan, and Donovan scores! It is time again! Landon Donovan! Incredible!
The new star of MLS, Donovan took his game into the world's biggest stage in 2002, leading the U.S. national team to a quarterfinal spot at the FIFA World Cup. His reputation growing with every incredible run and amazing goal, Donovan continued to dominate MLS in 2003 as he led the Quakes to a second MLS Cup championship.
Nice run through by Donovan, no flag. He's in. Donovan, a goal for Landon Donovan. 2-0 San Jose.
Recalled to Germany in 2005, Donovan didn't linger long before returning to MLS. But instead of heading back to San Jose, he joined the Quakes' arch rivals, the Los Angeles Galaxy.
I don't need to be in Europe. I don't need to be anywhere but here. This is the future of soccer in this country, and if I'm going to be a part of the national team and a big part of the national team, and I'm going to be an advocate of U.S. soccer, I need to be in Major League Soccer helping, and that's why I'm here today.
His impact was Hollywood-worthy as he led the Galaxy to an MLS triumph in his first year in L.A.
People get measured as athletes what you've won, and for me, that makes it important. There's a lot of people who play sports for a long time who never win, and to have won is great, and I want to keep winning. That's what I'm about.
Along with his 3 MLS titles and 2 FIFA World Cup Finals appearances. In 2008, Donovan became the U.S. national team's all-time leading goal scorer. He has helped raise the reputation of American soccer around the world, and his superstar status is firmly established among the fans and his peers.
I know about Landon, of course, and I know what he can do on a football pitch and what he's capable of, and I'm pleased to be in the same team as him and hopefully be supplying him with balls that he can score some more goals with.
You know, when people think of number 10s, they're thinking Pele, you're thinking of Maradona. You know, you're saying that, hey, I'm going to be of that caliber of player for my team.
I think it kind of personifies what I am and how I play, and when I see that in my locker and I put it on, I feel special, and I feel like I need to play that way.
Every step he takes on the field is scrutinized, and it's not easy. You know, with World Cups, with the MLS, what have you. It's a lot for a young player. I think overall, to date, you got to say that Landon Donovan has been a fantastic player for not only Major League Soccer, but for the U.S. national team as well.
Good-looking ball! What a goal from L.A. And it is the kid, Landon Donovan.
Flying up, slips in for Landon, behind the defense,
While Landon Donovan has set a new standard for U.S. soccer, he is not the only forward in recent years to thrill the fans and light up MLS scoreboards. The new wave of MLS-produced American goal-scoring heroes is led by the New England Revolution's Taylor Twellman and the Houston Dynamo's Brian Ching.
Back, Taylor Twellman. Twellman down, step up, Perdue. Twellman into the net! Into the net! Into the net!
Simply put, Taylor Twellman is a goal-scoring machine. The 2005 MLS MVP, the lethal striker is a threat from anywhere in the attacking half of the field. Twellman is deadly in the penalty box. Dangerous from long range.
Twellman from long range, finds net!
And powerful in the air.
Obviously, my brother and I, from day one, always had a goal of, being pro athletes. My grandfather played 19 years pro baseball. He was my father. He played 10 years pro soccer, and he had 2 brothers play pro soccer. He had a brother that played pro baseball. My brother and I used to always joke about it, but you're sitting at the table and we looked at each other and like, we better do something, otherwise, we're never going to be able to talk in this family.
12 there it is!
Thank God I got the lineage, because obviously what I have talent-wise is, God-given. I have nothing to do with it. It's hard enough to get to this level, and I just feel fortunate that, my family showed me the right way to do it, and, hopefully I continue, the lineage to come.
One of the biggest stars in MLS, the St. Louis native has led the Revolution to 4 Eastern Conference titles. His spectacular bicycle kick goal against Chicago clinched the 2007 title.
That is why he is one of the best ever in MLS.
A perennial all-star, Twellman has formed a legendary partnership with MLS career assist leader Steve Ralston, a tandem that is feared by defenders around the league and loved by the fans in New England.
Here's Twellman! Taylor Twellman! Once again, TNT delivers!
Another threatening forward is Houston's Brian Ching.
Inside-out footwork from Mullen. Into the box. Ching with a header and a goal!
A classic target man, Ching is a constant aerial threat.
Nice cross and a goal! Ching rings up number 2. Sends to the box. Header and a goal! A hat trick in the first half for Brian Ching.
But his size, pace, and power give defenders plenty of problems on the ground as well.
Welcome home, Brian Ching.
Born in Hawaii, Ching is riding the wave of MLS championship winning success. He has led the Dynamo to back-to-back MLS Cup titles and established himself as the successor to Brian McBride on the U.S. national team.
Way with the left-footed swing for Ching. Header and a goal! Onside ball here. Ching dives the box. Moan cross.
While Ching and Twellman are a contrast in playing styles, they share a burning desire to win championships. In 2006, they played starring roles in the most dramatic MLS Cup final to date.
We are underway in the championship match.
With the game tied and deep into overtime, Twellman came up big and put the Revolution ahead.
Here's Taylor Twellman. His shot into the goal. What a great finish. Great finish.
But within a minute, Ching stole Twellman's thunder.
Here's Ching with the flick. Oh, he ties it. What a great goal. What a great goal. We're tied 1-1 in the second overtime.
Boy, the storyline before the game was about Ching and Twellman, and they have responded.
Goodness gracious. Unbelievable.
Brian Ching was a terrific goal. And it just rips Taylor Twellman's heart out.
Ching's tying goal sent the final into a penalty kick decider. The Houston Hitman settled the matter, driving home the championship-winning goal. While MLS Cup and MVP honors went to Ching, both of these primetime performers' legacies were taken to a new level.
We've discovered through the league that we got some pretty good forwards. And Taylor Twellman and Brian Ching are two very good forwards.
For me, it's always been about a team, you know, and how I fit into my team and how I can help my team. And that's how I look at going into every game. You know, I just focus on those types of things and try to do what I do best. And, you know, and that's just getting on the ball and the crosses in the box. And, you know, I did that game, and it just so happened that, you know, Taylor scored 30 seconds before.
Ching's bicycle kick goal was named Goal of the Year for 2006. Recorded in MLS history, along with some of Major League Soccer's biggest names. While goal scorers get all the glory, Major League Soccer has also produced a talented crop of American defenders. One player who has parlayed MLS stardom into FIFA World Cup success is popular Kansas City Wizards defensive anchor, Jimmy Conrad. Conrad won the 2001 MLS Cup with the San Jose Earthquakes. But Kansas City is where Conrad established himself as one of the game's most consistent and unflappable players. In 2005, he was named MLS Defender of the Year.
Yeah, I just started kicking the ball around with my grandpa in the backyard. He was from Denmark, and it kind of just blossomed from there. It was something I was very good at to start, and just kind of kept it going. And I actually can't even believe it's me. It's like we're talking about somebody else. But it's been very rewarding, and I'm happy to say that I've accomplished some things that I'm very proud of.
For Conrad, 2-1 Wizards! Jimmy Conrad!
He just works so hard, and he's combined that hard work now with experience and savvy that makes him the best defender in the league.
He's a guy, who's, great player in MLS. To be around him, every day you can learn a lot from.
He's got to do some good scoring up here. Jimmy Conrad! 1-0 Wizards!
A Another MLS groom star is DC United's midfield general, Ben Olsen. The 1998 MLS Rookie of the Year is a two-time MLS Cup winner. Ben has always had an unmatched work rate on the field, and his intensity creates opportunities that he is more than happy to finish into the back of the net.
He sees Ben Olsen. Is there more from Olsen? Olsen, good cut back left. Ball! Into the net! Into the net! Goal!
Ben is certainly a great example of a young American that got an opportunity to play in not only in MLS, but also to play very well and compete and try to be the best.
He just fired him again. Ben Olsen spanks it into the net! Into the net! Oh, it is into the net! They have a lot of success. Gross bounces through the header. It's in the net! It's in the net! Ben Olsen, goal!
MLS stars such as Donovan, Twellman, Ching, Conrad, and Olsen are just a small sampling of the players who have not only benefited from playing in Major League Soccer, but have helped raise the profile and reputation of the U.S. national team at home and around the world.
The league itself and the U.S. Soccer Federation, they knew that by having a professional environment in our own country, competing every single week against each other, players that were playing for the national team together are now going against each other every weekend.
This national team program has just accelerated with the amount of quality players that are on the team now.
While Major League Soccer seeks to develop American talent, international stars such as Bolivia's Marco Echeverri, Colombia's Carlos Valderrama, and Bulgaria's Hristo Stoichkov have helped build the league as well. Today, MLS features stars from around the world. DC United's Bolivian striker Jaime Moreno is MLS's all-time goal-scoring leader. Guatemala's Carlos Ruiz has performed his magic in LA and Big D. He scored a golden goal in the 2002 MLS Cup and brought the Galaxy their first MLS Cup trophy.
Ruiz is in! Ruiz the shot! Ruiz! Ends it! LA are the champions!
And Argentina's Christian Gomez is showcasing his MLS 2006 MVP skills in Colorado. But the MLS overseas contingent reached a new level in 2007 when the biggest star on the planet joined the Galaxy.
Ladies and gentlemen, it is my distinct pleasure and honor to introduce the newest member of the LA Galaxy, David Beckham.
First of all, I'd like to say how honoured I am for so many people to come here and to see me be presented today.
The midfield maestro's much-anticipated first MLS season was cut short by injury, but nonetheless, the English superstar brought unprecedented attention to the league.
2007, with the addition of Beckham, the world will be watching our league a lot closer.
I think that was a critical point for, I guess, the marketing side of Major League Soccer to really be a driving force in the mainstream and the media.
It's been pretty incredible today, the amount of people that turned out, then of course the amount of media attention that has come since we arrived. It's been pretty incredible.
David is one of those guys who can lead with his character, lead with his play, lead with his popularity.
Potentially in the States, soccer could be as big as it is everywhere else around the world. And I'm very proud to be part of that, so thank you very much.
David Beckham has continued to make his presence felt as he moves on to his second season in MLS. The man from England who recently earned his 100th cap for his country has gotten an early start on the scoring sheets for the Galaxy in 2008. And when teamed up with America's Landon Donovan, defenses from around the league will need to stay focused if they hope to contain this all-star pairing. Another superstar soccer import to make a big impact in Major League Soccer in 2007 was Mexican legend Cuauhtemoc Blanco.
Hola, soy Cuauhtemoc Blanco.
Finds Blanco. He'll have a go. His left foot with a goal.
He's a player that I've actually grew up watching, being that he played with Club America. That's one of my favorite teams in Mexico.
Pero siempre lo seguimos a Cuauhtémoc Blanco. ¿Por qué? Porque vaya, es lo máximo, lo máximo.
Me enteraba por muchos compañeros que habían estado aquí en MLS. Ahorita están haciendo buenas contrataciones para en un futuro ser una liga importantísima.
I think the fans finally got something that they wanted, and that was a big Mexican international. And I think it's going to be good for the league.
Blanco!
An event like today is just a perfect example of what he means to the Hispanic community here in Chicago, and the Fire embraces that.
While the passion of many Chicago Fire fans was ignited by Blanco's flamboyant style, they also reveled in his game-breaking ability.
Offensively, Cuauhtémoc has a great impact.
Blanco making some nice moves and sends a nice ball up.
His vision and his creativity is second to none.
There's Heron, goes down, couldn't get it, a shot, and a goal! Cuauhtémoc Blanco with a goal off the rebound.
Awarded with MLS Goal of the Year in 2007, Blanco's name will forever be synonymous with some amazing talent. Although a relative unknown compared to Beckham and Blanco, Brazil's Luciano Emilio made a major impact at DC United in 2007. He led the league in goals and won the 2007 MLS MVP award.
This is just good skill by Luciano Emilio.
Luciano had possibly the greatest impact of any first-year player in the history of MLS. His ability to score goals from anywhere on the field made him a constant threat to opposing defenses. Emilio combined speed and an uncanny finishing touch that made him unstoppable in his first year in MLS.
Played in dangerous, still there, goal Luciano Emilio!
Sensational goal-scoring exploits aren't just limited to players from south of the border. From north of the border, Canada's Dwayne De Rosario has made a habit of hitting the net from long distance and winning MLS Goal of the Season awards.
This is not just something I do for fun. Of course, it's for fun for me, but I dedicated my life to soccer, you know, from a very young age, and I committed everything I have. And soccer became my only friend at one time, and you know, when you have that dedication and commitment to this sport, it reflects.
Today, De Rosario is one of the most consistent and respected players, but at the beginning of his career, the four-time MLS Cup winner confounded his teammates almost as much as his opponents.
Dwayne was funny because half the time Dwayne would come on the field and you'd be like, oh no, you know, like we don't know what's going to happen. He might try to dribble 6 guys. And then the other half of the time he'd come in and he was amazing. He'd change the game, he'd score a goal, get an assist, do something to help the team somehow, and you'd love Dwayne.
Rosario going right at Taylor. The shot! Score! The Quakes win the cup! The Quakes win the cup! De Rosario, golden goal!
It's funny to think after so many years later that he'd be probably the best attacking mid in the league.
His championship game-winning goal for San Jose at the 2001 MLS Cup made De Rosario a star, and the status that he has maintained ever since. His all-action style intimidates defenders and thrills fans.
As a kid, you grow up, you dream about playing at the highest level. You dream about playing in a championship. You know, you're playing with your friends. You make the noise, you know, by yourself, and now you're actually living it.
On a break. Zero around the goalkeeper. Twirls and scores! Wayne De Rosario.
De Rosario! Oh my, what a goal!
Winner of 2 consecutive Goal of the Year awards in 2004 and 2005, De Rosario is another force to be reckoned with.
So I looked at him and I said, hey man, I'm confused. What do you mean by that? What do you mean by the fact that I got 15 minutes? He looked me straight in the eye and he said, you got 15 minutes until your life begins.
Another player thrilling the fans is New York Red Bull super striker Juan Pablo Angel. The Colombian star is one of the most clinical finishers to ever play in Major League Soccer.
Angel strikes and scores. He's got 2. It's tied. Wow. That's what he's paid to do. That's what he did so many times in England. That's what he's done here tonight. Jumping 2, but that was about it. Ball into the box, and there's a second opportunity, and the go-ahead goal. It's 2-1 New York.
The type of player that fans can't take their eyes off, Angel made a big impression on the Big Apple in his first season in New York. Like all great strikers, he made the difficult task of scoring look easy, thumping home 19 goals in 24 games.
As the Red Bulls searching for a quick equalizer, Juan Pablo Angel, and they've got it. New York playing it into the box. Angel played it across, and he scores another. He has just set a New York Red Bulls record, goals in 6 straight games. Is there no stopping him?
Most international stars come to MLS in a trade or as free agents. For Chivas USA's Michael Galindo, the path to MLS stardom was a much longer, riskier proposition. After playing in a 2005 Gold Cup game in Seattle for Cuba, Galindo defected.
Estoy aquí por 2 razones.
I'm here for 2 reasons.
Una por la vida de mi familia.
One is to be able to help out my family.
Porque siempre quise
and second, because I always wanted to do something more in my career and in my life, to play as a professional player.
In his first season with Chivas USA, Galindo led the Goats in goals and established himself as one of the most exciting players in MLS.
Here's Galindo, wreaking havoc again. He's got Razov. Galindo! Oh yeah, El Diablo strikes again. Now Galindo going at Josh Gross. He's gotten in the box, dancing. It's left foot off. It's in the net. It's in the net. Goal, Chivas USA.
I like to look for challenges.
Y creo que esto ha sido un reto.
And I think this has been a challenge.
Llegar a los Estados Unidos.
To arrive in the United States.
Estar en la MLS, en
to be able to be in MLS, to be in Chivas USA.
Gracias a Dios las cosas me están saliendo bastante bien.
Things are going well for me so far.
Y la forma en que la gente
and the way in which people have received me, the way they appreciate me, when I come to the stadium and they say my name,
y siento como que la gente se emociona, ¿no? Entonces,
I feel like people cheer for me, and that's
como un sueño que se me está haciendo realidad.
It's a dream that come true for me.
Shoulder to shoulder, and Galindo is loose. Galindo! Yes! Michael Galindo with his second in convincing fashion.
Would do a little better there holding off and using his body.
Chivas USA, Galindo! Into the net! Into the net! Goal! Chivas USA!
Hailing from Grenada, New England's Shalrie Joseph, the all-star rock of the Revs midfield, is a unique combination of steel and skill. His strength in the air and decisive tackling make him an impenetrable first line of defense for New England. Shalrie has also been the heart and soul of the Revolution's midfield for their last 3 runs to the MLS Cup. As a defensive midfielder, he values all goal-scoring opportunities and is nearly perfect when they present themselves. International superstars such as Beckham and Blanco are building on the foundation laid by other overseas stars. The success of players from all around the world in MLS has boosted the league's profile and helped give U.S. soccer newfound respect.
We'll always rely on the European players coming over and being an injection of talent, an injection of depth. It's not an easy league to play in.
The right formula is more experienced players from abroad to go with the American players and make a better product.
You know, in our league now, kind of a change in the landscape of soccer in America. The performance in leagues become more competitive. I think it's fantastic now.
While the exciting play of the likes of Landon Donovan, Taylor Twellman,
1-0 New England, Taylor Twellman.
And Cuauhtemoc Blanco has established MLS as one of the world's premier soccer leagues. The future depends on the development of new talent, and the pool of young talent in MLS is very, very deep.
Today there's a lot of young kids that aspire to play in MLS, and that's because of now a proven history of the league, and also a proven history of young players being successful, such as the Landon Donovans and DeMarcus Beasleys.
I feel responsibility to inform young kids that this is an option, and it's becoming a pretty damn good option.
Without the depth that MLS creates, without the competition for jobs that MLS creates, the national team programs would certainly not be anywhere close to where it is today.
We're starting to develop within the national team as well. You're having a lot of next generation players start to come into the league and start to show themselves and start to prove themselves.
One of the brightest new stars to explode on the MLS scene in recent seasons is New York Red Bulls teenage sensation Jozy Altidore.
Well, I started when I was about 3 or 4. My dad just said he threw me a ball. I started kicking it, and ever since I've been playing.
Altidore, he's gonna have a go, and he scored! His first professional goal! The Red Bulls into a counter, onside, Altidore, yeah!
The Young Guns' flurry of goals clinched a playoff spot for the Red Bulls in 2006. His great goal-scoring form continued in his sophomore season, and with that success, he became firmly established as the new face of Major League Soccer.
Jozy Altidore makes a move and blasts it home. And Goldthwait thinking, Jerry. Jozy Altidore makes a move and blasts it home.
Here is Altidore up against Veres. What a sweeping movement! Jozy has come home!
I think Jozy can be a special player, but there's no need for that type of pressure on such a young kid to put the label on them and have those expectations of guys that are the big names.
In the end, I have people, around me that keep me mellow, keep me grounded, and say, hey, you're just a kid. It's important to really just, slow things down at time and just really look at everything in perspective. But right now, I'm just trying to develop in a way that I can gradually keep increasing, so it's just a process that takes time.
Well, Jozy Altidore has set the Big Apple alight. Over on the West Coast, another homegrown talent is making waves in Southern California. Chivas USA's 2006 MLS Rookie of the Year, Jonathan Bornstein.
Bornstein! 1-0 Chivas USA! Jonathan Bornstein! It was a teasing ball. Bornstein buzzes him out again, back heel. Bornstein! Johnny Bornstein!
His maturity, I think, has helped him deal with all the attention he's gotten at such a young age.
Bornstein comes through and beats Cannon with a serious left.
For Bornstein, playing in LA is extra special. he gets to play in front of his hometown fans.
My favorite part about playing locally is that, I get to play in front of my family, and I wouldn't want it any other way.
Jonathan Bornstein.
Another young Chivas USA star earning his stripes in L.A. is goalkeeper Brad Guzan, a commanding presence in the goal. Guzan is fundamentally sound and more than capable of pulling off highlight reel saves.
That's a great ball. Moreno's in. First touch is strong. Now Scaloni! Great save to the right side. 4 options. Johnson is in. Brilliant save by Brad Guzan. Stretching for it, Guzan.
His spectacular play in 2007 earned him MLS Goalkeeper of the Year honors.
And Guzan again.
And a reputation as one of America's greatest goalkeeping talents. Back across the country on the East Coast, the New England Revolution has gained a reputation for developing young American talent. Among the Revs' many success stories is 2005 MLS Rookie of the Year, Michael Parkhurst.
And he's going for the long ball, and it's gone in! It's Parkhurst who scored it almost from the halfway line.
What a finish that was!
I think he's a great example, actually, of a guy who, comes out of college and he signs a professional career. And not only is he getting more exposure, but he's getting, that experience every single day of what it means to be a pro.
Inside, Emery. He goes down. No whistle there.
Possibly the coolest of the league's rising stars is Chivas USA midfielder Sacha Kljestan. Sacha has a calmness and confidence in the midfield that has already been proven on the world stage for the U.S. men's national team. This rising star has a knack for making players around him better, racking up an MLS second-best 13 assists in 2007.
With the first pick of the first round of the 2007 MLS Super Draft, Toronto FC selects midfielder and Generation Adidas player Maurice Edu.
In 2007, MLS expanded across the border to Toronto, Canada. California native Maurice Edu helped spark some Maple Leaf madness as he won 2007 MLS Rookie of the Year honors.
Right down the middle, chested down by Sager to the left, into the left, goal, TFC!
One of the main goals of Major League Soccer at its founding in 1996 was to provide a place for young American talent to flourish. From Landon Donovan to Clint Dempsey, Tim Howard to Brad Guzan, and Brian McBride to Josie Altidore, the league has more than fulfilled its mandate. And as MLS continues to grow, so does its commitment to finding and nurturing the next crop of American young guns, players that will help raise the standard of the league and the competitiveness of the U.S. national team at soccer's highest levels.
I think we started seeing a change in the way players played. It wasn't good enough for our national teams to go defend against a team for 90 minutes, either get a tie or steal a goal at the end and say, oh, we won. You know, it got to the point where we said, we want to play, we're good enough to play, why can't we develop and be as good as them?
If Major League Soccer can develop young, talented players, that's a positive for your league. Soccer's about developing players.
What began as a new outpost on the frontier of the world's game has quickly established itself as a flourishing center of the beautiful game, with its new stadiums, expanding roster and franchises, and commitment to its fans. Major League Soccer has demonstrated its innovative style and deep passion for its sport. But the league's hallmark is its development of American talent and its willingness to open its arms to the very best the game has to offer. Today, the current crop of MLS players are now among the best in the world, ready to take on all comers and thrill American soccer fans from coast to coast and around the world.
Krellin down, step up, Perot, Twellman, into the net! Into the net! Now charges forward. Twellman from long range, finds net! Is Twellman